So people are asking me in the comments if we bottomed or not after the last video, and this is what happens a lot on like Twitter and on StockTwits. A lot of people just like as soon as we have a crazy day one way are automatically like thinking that that's going to continue going on, and we bottomed or we're going to go down, we're going to crash. Well, this move right here on SPX wasn't really that big. It was 0.81. It was QQQ that really was making everybody think that, I think, overall. But in my personal opinion, I don't think we bottomed yet. There's many reasons why. First reason why is the VIX. The VIX has not done a capitulation spike yet. It went to 20, but this was not really even like that big of a spike at all. It's possible that we bottomed on a VIX spike like this, but if you're thinking about where this is supposed to go after this sell-off, do you think that it's going to be that easy where you can just hold your stocks right here and then go to new highs? Nobody has any fear right now at all. There's no fear in the market. So that's why I keep on saying we're going to get a move lower. In my opinion, we're going to get a move lower that's going to force some people out of their positions. People are going to sell, and then we'll get the move higher. And it's also possible. So if we don't get the capitulation spike in the VIX, it's also possible that we just make a normal 5-wave move and it doesn't really go up that much. The VIX kind of sits there, and then we come back here. So we do this, come back up here, and everyone is long, and then we get the move down like that. That's possible too. Or if we're going to go higher, we're going to get the capitulation spike on we're going to get the capitulation spike here soon, and then we're going to go higher. So basically what I'm saying is we need the capitulation spike in the VIX to go higher. If we don't get it, then it's actually going to be probably more confirmation that we topped out right here, if that makes sense. Maybe that doesn't make sense. Basically, the VIX needs to spike to force people out of their positions before we actually go higher, rather than if we don't get that spike and we continue down, then we're probably just starting the bear trend. So I would actually like to see the spike in the VIX, because that would mean that we're probably bottoming and then we can finally make the new highs, is what I'm trying to say. So a VIX spike is good, and a no VIX spike here is probably bad, because that means we're probably just starting and we topped out here at 4,600. So now getting into the chart after that rambling, I think that we're in a wave 3 right here. We broke the parallel line. We made 5 waves. This is a corrective bounce. So basically, all you need to look at is if we hold 4,334, if we hold this level right here, we should make a 5th wave lower. The second possibility is this, but in this case, that would completely destroy the 5-wave move. So I think that it's actually likely. I guess it's possible we bounce up here and then we hold the 200 DMA and then don't break into the first wave here at 419.5. Actually, that's probably not possible. Now I'm looking at this. So I think that this is probably going to become invalidated, to be honest. It looks like 5 waves to me. It just held that area and it didn't hit the 200 DMA, but they're making people guess right now, because right now this still could be ABC, and we did not break into the first wave, so it's really tricky right now. Are we going to go up from here? Are we going to go straight up from here? But my answer is probably not, because we got a corrective move. So I really am bearish from here. We hit the 1.61 fib on this move almost exactly. So again, I think this might bounce around for the next couple of days, maybe into next week. We're probably going to get something like this, just bounce around for a while and make people kind of get impatient, make some mistakes, go long. We might even come up here to like 431. Who knows? But as long as it stays below 433.5, we should get a fifth wave lower that could potentially go all the way down to 4,000. So it's basically what I talked about in the last video. If this makes 5 waves, I would expect QQQ to hit 332. So getting to QQQ now, this can go 2 different ways. It could be a fifth wave lower where it just comes straight down. Like that. Or it could be a WXY move. And here's the interesting thing about that. The 1.61 fib of the W wave is right around the gap fill, and the 1.61 fib of what would be the A wave is in the exact same spot. So I'm thinking that this is either going to be a fifth wave here starting shortly, or they're going to force bears out of their positions and spike this all the way up here to 364. But that would just end up being a lower high, and then we would get this later in October. So I really think we're going to go down to 332, but again, they might spike this another 1.5%, maybe 2% going into next week. If that happens, then that means SPX is probably going to go up here to 430 or so, and then move down. So yeah, the bear move is not finished yet. This is a corrective move as well. We hit the 1.61 fib. So this should cool off, I would think, tomorrow. I haven't looked at futures. I would expect it to cool off and then probably go higher. And we very well might hit the 364 level. The one thing I don't like about this, though, and which actually brings up another possibility, is this is a corrective move. So if this was a C wave, I would have liked to have seen a impulsive move, but it doesn't have to be, because this can also be WXY. This can also be WXY like that. So if it does hit this, it's probably going to pull back. And do something like that. 1.61 fib is at 364. And also, look at this. Parallel line hits it pretty much perfectly. So I would expect something like this more than likely at this point, just based on today's move. There's a slim possibility that we get this. If you want to consider this a 5-wave move, there's a slim possibility. It's the move I was talking about earlier. But I think it's too early now. The more I look at the chart, the more I think that this is probably going to be WXY. 364 and then down, and then on SPX maybe 430 and down. And Microsoft is probably going to end up being, so this was ABC, this was ABC. So again, probably looking at this like 1.61 fib right here is right around that area, 325. So I'm going to guess a small pullback tomorrow, maybe to like the 0.38 fib, which is at 316 on Microsoft, and then a move higher into Friday. And then you're going to have people talking this weekend, oh, the bear market's over with, you know, get everybody excited to the upside. and then the week after that they rug pull it. Nvidia is a little bit different. This is a very corrective move right here. It might have already topped out here, but you might get something like this into Friday, and then you might get next week straight down. Apple, and then Tesla, the obvious one. I think Tesla could go a little bit higher as well. If this is a wave 1, which I don't like, or it might have already topped out too. It hit the 1.61 fib, but the 1.61 fib of the W wave is at 267, so I would say anywhere between here and 267, and that's actually also a supply zone within a supply zone, so 265 to 273. I had a question on the video, is it still a good short? I do think it's still a good short because this is 5 waves, and this is a corrective move. So at the minimum, you're looking at this like this. So it could come up here to 267 though, and then come down. And then I was saying if you go short up here, your stop is above the high at 278, and then you're risking about 11 bucks to make like 50 bucks. So you have like a 5 to 1 if you're able to hold the whole way. That's the kicker right there. Are you able to hold it all the way down, or you take profit early? So most people obviously they let their loss go to the max, and then they take profit too early, so they completely screw their risk reward. And I'm not saying that I'm not guilty of that too, but that's what happens. So as you can see, all these charts lining up for another move lower. There might be a short-term bull move over the next couple of days, but again, invalidation on here is 433.5. QQQ probably pull back and go to 364 and then move down, but still the possibility of this being a wave 1, a very compact wave 1, and a move down. And the dollar, I think, topped out, and it was down today, so that must have been the top right there. And remember, there's a demand zone right here at 106.26. It's always possible, though. It's always possible that this is an extended 5th wave, so watch out for that. 1. That would cause capitulation for sure. Off the highs right here, very corrective. Very corrective. So you might see the dollar come down here in this demand zone and then make a 3rd wave higher. If we're going to get that move lower, that's probably what's going to happen. The 1.61 fibs at 109.86. So that's it. Just my thoughts overall. I'm still bearish, but there might be a bull move over the next couple of days. And I'll let you know if I am wrong, but I think that based on the bounces, they're all corrective. We should see another move down. And we'll see if we get to that 332 target, and we'll see how far SPX can fall. So if you like the video, hit the like button, subscribe for more updates. I'll catch you in the next video.